Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. My name is Kirsten. So today I wanted to do a deep dive on the missing retired Major General Neil McCasland. If you haven't been following this, then perhaps you need to. This man was 68. He was a brilliant engineer and the former commander of the Air Force Research Laboratory. He's the guy who held the keys to the most classified space tech and UFO information on the planet. He left his home in Albuquerque, New Mexico on foot on February 27th. He left his phone, he left his watch, he left his glasses, and most notably, he took a .38 caliber revolver with him. So the FBI's been on the ground, and the silver alert says there are medical issues surrounding this situation. But his wife is being very clear. She says he doesn't have dementia, and that he wasn't confused. And the timing of it all is very explosive because he vanished just as the administration started talking about declassifying the very UFO files he spent his entire career guarding. So as always, this is for entertainment purposes only. Everything I say here is alleged. My interpretation of the energy of the tarot and the oracle. Please use your own discernment and come to your own conclusions. But I've laid the cards to find out exactly what happened to General McCasland. Where is he? So I'm using the Bianco Nero deck and the Echoes of the Unsolved today. All right. So we start off with the Five of Cups reversed. Let you see it upright. A card of mourning and grief, crying over spilt milk, or in this case, well, whatever it is, it's spilled on the ground. But it's reversed, so it's about turning around, seeing a situation from a different point of view. In this reading, it's about returning to a situation that you're returning to a situation that you left. In an effort to make things better. Not returning home, it's a return to a specific duty. I clarified this card and I got chain link. You see that there's like a diagram, and at particular nodes of the diagram there are shadow silhouette figures. Right? So this basically mapping out the placement of something. Chain link. So when you see this diagram of silhouettes at the nodes, it's telling you that he was moved. McCasland was moved along a pre-existing chain of special access programs, SAPs. So this wasn't a random walk he took one day and never came back. He was a node in a highly compartmentalized network, and he was clicked from one secure location to another. He moved along a chain of deep state assets that have been in place for decades to handle legacy secrets. So he was moved to a secure place we're not likely to find him. until he decides to leave. But that's where he is. He was moved to a secure place. Having trouble picking up my cards today. Next we have the Queen of Swords and hidden passage. You see there's this woman, she's opening up a door, she's found a hidden passage. There's a doorknob on the inside of this hidden passage. Can you see that? It's kind of dark in here today, so I want to make sure you can see. So, the challenge here with this Queen of Swords is because it represents the gatekeeper energy, a cold, analytical female presence, or a sharp, legalistic force. And she's clarified by this hidden passage. The hidden passage represents the unacknowledged SAP architecture, those strategic points, secure places that have been hidden for decades. The SAP architecture, okay? That's what it represents. So these are facilities that don't officially exist on the map. We're not supposed to know about it. We don't know about them. So I'm suggesting he wasn't taken captive by an enemy. He was ushered into a continuity of government, an undisclosed underground location. He didn't find the door, he was the door. His level of security clearance was the only key needed to open that entrance. He was brought into a passage that the public and even the rest of the military have no access to. So this guy can go places a lot of people can't, maybe even the president can't. And he was taken to a place very secretive based on his security clearance, based on his guilty knowledge. I said guilty knowledge because it's one of the cards that came up in the reading. So, what did he do? Let's look at his actions. Three of Swords reversed. Three of Swords. Heartbreak, sorrow, pain, emotional pain, betrayal. Reversed, you're coming out of heartbreak, sorrow, pain, emotional pain, and betrayal. Okay, with the Three of Swords here, this isn't representing depression. This is McCasland energy, okay? It's not representing depression. This is the agony of being a whistleblower. It's that consciousness. He didn't want to be a whistleblower. He spent his whole life keeping the secrets. And it put him in a massive internal conflict between his oath to secrecy and the disclosure orders coming down from the top. So this Three of Swords pain is the heartbreak of knowing the truth and being forbidden from telling it. Or being told to tell it. I'm not sure what orders he got. I would say he was told not to say anything, and that created some sort of conflict. Maybe he wanted to say things. Maybe he wanted to tell the truth. Anyway, it put him in conflict between his oath to secrecy and the disclosure orders that came down from the top. So what he did was, by his own omission, he was complicit in making himself disappear. I look at this last scene card, this man looking for traces on a table, anything he can find. This is a man scrubbing for fingerprints. So McCasland didn't just walk away, walk out of his life. He sanitized his exit. He left the tech behind because he knew he could be tracked with it. He chose to step into that hidden passage to resolve the internal conflict he was in. He chose the vault, this secret, secure location, over the chaos of being the face of disclosure. He didn't want to be the face of disclosure. Or, again, I don't know if his conflict was if he didn't want to be the face of disclosure or he did, but he couldn't. He put himself in this situation. He hid himself. He left his life to go back into the chain link. He had access to the SAPs, and he complied. He went willingly. And he even scrubbed his own footprints behind him, so we couldn't find him. Now, whether or not he wanted to disclose or keep the secret, that part I'm unsure about. But that was the dilemma, okay? What happened to him? We got the Ace of Pentacles and radio silence. Well, he's been in radio silence. We haven't heard from him in 2 weeks. It says that he's been given something. He's been given a permanent off-grid security detail. He's in a physical vault in a high security end bunker. And this is clarified by radio silence. The man in black, finger to his lips, saying, shh. This is a total electronic erasure. So basically, they're trying to erase him from our consciousness, so we don't think about him and the information he might hold. He's being kept in a place where no signals go in or out, because he is a living archive that cannot be compromised. They just can't allow it. So then I pulled the Ace of Cups and the guilty knowledge, asking why. It's basically already answered me, but to be blunt and to emphasize, he has knowledge of non-terrestrial materials, UFO shit, and the human cost of keeping them secret. This knowledge has become an emotional flood that he can no longer contain. They didn't put him in that vault to punish him. They put him there to contain the leak. So it's sounding to me like he wanted to talk, maybe. He's sitting on that information that could dismantle institutions, and he knows it. But at the same time that he wants to talk, he knows the information he has, this guilty knowledge, could dismantle the institutions and the foundations that we've built our society upon, right? Especially religious beliefs. Could all fall apart if this UFO knowledge came out completely. So I asked the cards one more question. Will he ever speak? Will he ever come out of hiding and speak the truth? And be the truth teller of this story. And I got the Three of Coins and shadow figure. You can see this shadowy figure walking towards a lighted door. He cast a huge shadow behind him, and there's this strategic checkerboard floor, meaning strategy, a calculated move. So we look at the Three of Coins more closely. We see this man chiseling away at a statue, at a beautiful statue in a cathedral. And it's the work of a lifetime. It's slow, it's meticulous, and it's built to last. It's clarified by the shadow figure. You see him walking down the strategic checkerboard floor. He's walking towards the light, casting that massive shadow. So this tells me that McCasland isn't currently working. McCasland is currently working. He's chiseling away at the final version of the story. I mean, I'm seeing this as a documented archive or a manuscript. It's like he's writing the definitive blueprint of the truth while he's in that vault. He's not coming out for a press conference. He's moving strategically in the shadows, leaving behind a monument, a detailed written record, or a dead man's switch document. And when I say that, meaning if he turns up dead, somebody will deliver it. That's what he's carefully constructing to survive him. So he's stepping towards the light, but the record that he's crafting is his way of telling the truth without ever having to step back into the spotlight himself. Very interesting. Very interesting. So to sum it all up, General McCasland, he wasn't kidnapped. The cards don't show that. He moved along a chain of black project nodes. Oh well, you know what the card looks like. I already showed it to you. And he was ushered into an unacknowledged military vault using his own security key. He was complicit in his own disappearance. He even wiped his footprints clean behind him. He did this to escape the pressure of what he knows. Now he's under radio silence in a secure facility. But the Three of Coins tells me that he's not just sitting there, he's working. He's crafting a final permanent record of the truth from the shadows. And eventually, one day, that statue, that document will be finished. So it looks like one day we'll hear from McCasland again, or we'll receive his story, not likely from his own mouth, but from this document, or from an anonymous release. And I know that this is a lot to take in, and you know that's by design by now, don't you? But the truth is always in the cards, if you're brave enough to look at the patterns. So thanks for tuning in, guys, for this little story telling moment. I hope that you enjoyed the reading, found it insightful and worth pondering. We'll have to see how it all unfolds. Remember, this is just a tarot reading for entertainment purposes only. You must form your own opinions and do your own research and trust your gut. If you'd like a personal reading from me, my information is in the description box below. I do appreciate you so much for hitting that like button, for sharing this video, and subscribing to my channel. And I'll see you in the next one. Bye, guys.